film it. Oh. Yeah. It's like the speeder, the tack was doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
If you went fast, the tack was just reading crazy.
Okay.
So I put a new speedo one out and just did some stuff. Okay, I'm Robert from Roughchild, and this is our latest bobber, the Prouty Commission. It's finished in Argento Nürburgring, which is a Ferrari color, metallic silver, hand-painted pinstripes in classic BMW style. Got our custom roundels. Working from the front of the bike, coming down, we've got hand-built handlebars, weld-on levers, and billet aluminum grips. All the switch gears hidden inside the handlebar. The throttle mechanism the same. Just keeps the handlebars really clean. We've got a Motor Gadget Motorscope Pro speedometer. That gives you more information than you would ever need. Got the speedo, the tack, and then your dash lights, neutral light, high beam, oil pressure. We've got the original factory headlight bucket, which we have to modify extensively to make it work on the bike, and it houses a Motor Gadget M unit, which is a solid state relay fuse board inside the bucket. But I just feel like it's one of those pieces of the bike that's like the core DNA. So it's really important to keep that. I love these little dimples in the top of it. We integrate the buttons for the Motor Gadget and all the other electronics in it. Then we've got an LED headlight from Eagle Lights. Obviously, Olin suspension and integrated the original style headlight brackets. This bike, we've gone for wave rotors on the original wheel, wrapped in Avon Road Rider Mark II tires. Oh, on this bike, different from previous versions, we've gone with a larger oil cooler. Not because it needed a larger oil cooler, but we're always trying to improve every build. And I like the substance of it. So we went for a bigger one and lifted it up closer to the neck. Combined with a 4-litre oil pan, oil cooling is sufficient, which is necessary when you rebuild the engine to 1070cc and twin spark. That's powered by a silent hectic ignition unit, different from the original. So this has got a crank mounted pickup, and that's really nice, so that as the bike ages and you get a bit of slack in the timing chain, your timing is always spot on because it's picking it up from the crank and not from the cam, which is below, linked by the chain. So crank pickup, much better than cam pickup. Fueling comes from a set of smart carbs, SC38s, anodized black. Below that, we've got a 5-speed gearbox, and above that, we've got the 70s style clamshell airbox. The speed sensor for the Motor Gadget, that enters through the airbox, through the engine case, and up to the headlight bucket. On the back, we've got Olin's monoshock with an external reservoir. Well, the brake actuator is all hand-built and polished. We've got a handmade license plate bracket, which is mounted to the lower of the shock absorber. We come into the seat. When we're fabricating the frame, we actually extend the spine of the motorcycle to house the seat. So this piece of metal here that you see runs the length of the bike, and then at the end of that, we've got the tail light. And then next to the tail light, we have a tiny pair of turn signals in there. This is the factory exhaust system, which we've modified. So this is the original merge collector and headers, Cerakoted black. And then for the muffler tips, we've gutted the factory muffler. We cut it short and gutted it, so it all mounts up to the factory exhaust hanger. The sound is really good because it sounds like the original, but gutsy and amplified, just less muffled because you've lost like 2/3 of the muffler. Oh, another thing about the gas tank, this is an import from England. It's a British police gas tank, and this storage box on top would have normally housed a CB radio. Got Denali auxiliary lights. They act as running lights during the day, and then they're your turn signals at the same time. So everything's always on, and when you use the blinkers, blinks right, blinks left. And I think ultimately it's the perfect city bike. You sit on it, it weighs less than 400 pounds. It's a very comfortable riding position. We've got factory foot pegs. The handlebars are mimicking the original ergonomics. So to sit on, it's quite an upright seating position. It's light, it's nimble. And just loads of power as well. I jumped on it this morning. A couple of days ago, I rode a factory bike with 50 horsepower and original forks and brakes. It reignited my faith in these bikes. Because jumping on this one, it just feels like it has like 2 or 3 times the power. And it stops, and it handles, and it just doesn't wobble around. It's really a planted feeling. I think that's what I got. Nothing to see here, people. Just a motorcycle in an elevator.